are back. This is Party 101.9, home of the throwbacks and the iHeartradio platform. And you are here with your girl, Shaysayss. 2 S's, not 1. And like I told you, it's a party all the time here on Party 101.9. We just had K. Camille in the building. Shout out to everyone in Jamaica. Shout out to everyone from the Bronx. And now we have to bring DJ Sinatra to the building. What's up, Sinatra?
What's up, Shay? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm chilling. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited for this interview. You know, last time you came, you was with Princess Javel.
Yes, we supported PJ.
Yes, great interview.
That was such a good interview.
Yo, make sure you guys check it out. It's definitely on our YouTube as well. It was definitely dope. But we were like, yo, Sinatra look like he got a story to tell. So we had to have you back in the building too.
Exactly. I said, yo, you're really good at interviewing.
Thank you.
Right off the jump, I'm like, I'm coming back. I'm here.
Yo, you brought the whole squad.
I got the whole crew with me.
The whole squad. We got Caso in the building, Lavita Gold.
We have Gold in the building, Hope in the building.
Yes,
in the
Danny.
Building.
Yes,
Sammy's in the building.
Yeah,
you know, we out here. You know, this is New York. It's Christmas time.
Right.
You know, we out here giving gifts.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Happy holidays to all, actually.
Yes.
You know?
Happy holidays to everybody listening right now.
Nah, facts. So before we start, I just wanted to get to know Sinatra real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know, who was Sinatra before the DJ lifestyle?
Okay, DJ Sinatra before the DJ lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I actually was a kid from Brooklyn. Grew up listening to hip hop.
Okay.
You know, did breakdancing, graffiti, all those things in the 80s. That was my era, pretty much early 90s backpack. Listening to like DOS Effects, Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z, Nas.
I heard Biggie's your favorite rapper.
Yeah, Biggie's my greatest. Wow, he's one of the best ever, probably the best ever in my eyes. I always fight people, but hey, that's my opinion. Biggie's the best. Rest in peace to Biggie. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Definitely an inspiration to me in music and like everything that I did and like in what I wanted to do music. I kind of like just was like got me so inspired to do it.
Got you. Okay, so I was actually nice you got you to music. But you answered that question.
So wait, before we go further, I just want to let everybody know I did work for the cable company.
Oh, really?
Okay, before I did music. So if you're out there and you have like, you know, a job, a hustle, something that you're doing right now that you know, pays the bills, something you're trying to figure out in your life, what you're trying to do, what path you're trying to go down, and you know, you're working at whatever you're doing, you know. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep your like your dreams focused. And like I did it, and you know, it actually motivated me to like not want to do it anymore, because I really, not that it was a bad job, I just didn't really think that was for me, but it motivated me to get out of that situation and put myself into another, and I took a big risk by trying music, because music is definitely not something that is like the easiest thing to be successful at. It's a great hobby, and it's not something you can try to make money, but I definitely had to work hard to get things through the early stages when you weren't making money. You had to figure things out and find how to get it. And yeah, but I did have a regular job, you know, trying to get money and survive, pay bills, and then that's where my music motivation started from.
No, I'm happy you brought that up, because you know, sometimes people just see like what you're doing now and like the life that you live now, but they never understand like the grind you went through, the hustle you went through to get to where you are.
Listen,
you know?
I picked up garbage bags, I threw out trash.
Yeah.
I swept up studios. I went to the store for Dutchess. Like, no problem with that. With a smile.
Yeah,
you know?
That's lit. I respect that. I definitely respect that. So, you know, you got into working with like 50 Cent, Jay-Z, like a couple of people.
Like Beyonce, not Jay.
Oh, Beyonce.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean, I've DJ parties for Jay.
Okay, but so you co-signed by Jay.
Well, Jay, like, just because, you know, he used to come to the parties a lot, and you know, as every DJ would love to do their thing in front of him, and you know, show them the best Jay-Z set. I was blessed to have that opportunity on multiple occasions.
So how was that experience? And De La Soul.
Oh, De La Soul was dope. Like when I worked in the studio, on 6th Avenue in Spring called Soho Music, and Pods would come in from De La Soul, and this was past, like, after, you know, this is not when they were De La Soul when I was in high school, but this was like later on, and he would come in and he was making his own music, and he would come record at Stretcher's studio. So I got to bump in with like a lot of dope artists and link up just with some of my idols, or people I looked up to in like the music business. Like the first day I worked there, I recorded 50 Cent for 8 Mile soundtrack. So it's kind of like luck and just being in the right place, and actually just, you know, but that luck came from me doing things prior to get me to that spot, because it wasn't something that you just, you know, it had to get me into that room. So how did I get into that room? And the getting into the room was just going out, nightlife, meeting the right people, being in the right circles, you know, vibing with DJs and being cool, and like people actually liking you for you to give them for them to give you an opportunity, or otherwise if they don't like you, they're not going to put you in that kind of position. And it just happened that the first day I worked there, it's like 50 cents coming in. And I'm like, okay.
That's lit.
You know, so it's like it's a blessing, and you know, you just have to make the most out of your blessings, basically. You know.
Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So, what you was in Japan around 2017?
Well, we started the first time I ever took my first trip to Tokyo was in 2004.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what made you decide to move there?
Well, in 2004 we went there for the first time. Me and my boy. DJ Vitali, and we shot out there. My boy Sal Morale was out there already. He had a club he was working at, and you know, he couldn't stay there. He was out there for like 6 months, 3 months, 6 months. Like, he's like, yo, I gotta go back to New York, but I don't want to send anyone else. I really wasn't really DJing. I was working in the music studio, and
wow.
I DJ'd in my basement. You know, I always knew how to like play music, but I was never a DJ in a club. But my boy Vitali was, so he was like, yo, let's go out there together, and we'll just see how it is for 2 weeks. So we packed up, we went to Japan for the first time, and we stayed for 2 months. And and then when I came back, I'm like, I'm DJing like whenever I can. I'm gonna try to get it out here, like in Manhattan, whatever. But then I went back for another 2 months in 2005. Then I came back to New York, started working at like this place called Pop Burger, and it was on 14th Street. It was a burger joint. They had a pool table in the back. It was
you got the side hustles on deck.
Yeah, so we was doing that, and then from there, I went back in 2007, and I spent the whole year at the brand new club called Feria, and I was their resident DJ, and that was where I really like started to put in a lot of work, and I was the main DJ the whole year.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, so Japan changed my whole life, to be honest with you.
Yeah. What about the culture and the style? Like, how did you feel about that?
It's so cool, man. I mean, the people are the sweetest, the nicest. Like, there's no crime. You can leave your cell phone in the middle of the street, and like it'll be there tomorrow if no one touches it. You know, if a car doesn't run it over, no one's stealing your stuff. They might even put it on a charger for you. To be honest, you might find it in the corner store on a charger. Like, hey, your phone's been over here for 24 hours, 48 hours. But like, even if you lost it in a cab or something, like you're getting it back within 15. We left the laptop one time at a crossing at 5 in the morning drunk. They brought it to the police station. We got it back.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's just cool. The cops don't have guns. There's no crime. Like everyone's very respect. It's all about respect and honor, and you know, the food's great. The fashion's great. Shopping is amazing. Like, you know, once I got a taste of that, and just being outside of New York, you just start to be like, wow, this is like a bigger world out there than you originally know from just coming from New York or not seeing much, you know?
Right.
So that was dope, and like, yeah, we got to see so many different crazy styles out there. It was just like eye-opening and inspiring to do that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you said you was also able to open One Oak?
Yeah, well, I did my friend opened the club One Oak, out to South, and Richie is the owner of One Oak in New York, and they did a deal, and they got the club to be the first American club in all of Asia. Definitely all of Japan. I think not all of Asia, but all of Japan. It's the only American brand club.
Oh my gosh, that's so
which is a pretty big deal. Like for us to come from Brooklyn and be these kids that just were doing DJing and like whatever and hustling sneakers to owning the biggest nightclub in the whole country.
Oh, yeah, and One Oak is actually a really poppin' club, so that's really dope.
It's the A-list celebrities, rappers, every famous person's been through there, every ball player, every, you know, cool person. I was just fortunate to be one of the DJs when it first started in 2000, and like the end when I got back from Japan in 2007, it opened at the end of that year. Gotcha. And then 2008 was the first, like, you know, where it was like getting people to know, and then before you know, we just like that club just took off. And we all popped off with it and kind of just like with DJing all over the place. But shout out to One Oak for sure.
That's dope.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask you really quick. We were talking about how with Lavita Gold, you kind of merged to have like the youthfulness where you got to benefit and learn about more of like the youthful culture, and then everyone else got to learn about you in the industry, since you were like the old soul that they needed. You know what I'm saying? That really like
call me the
been
OG,
in the game.
but I'm like, yo, it sounds
the OG.
like I'm like not old, bro.
That's facts. Make sure you claim that.
You know, like the young guys be like, yo, what up, OG? I'm like, bro, that's not what you want to tell me. Nobody trying to sound like they old.
But you just got the experience.
But nah,
I've
been around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I wanted to know though, what is some advice you could give to artists to be so relevant in the game still and keep themselves relevant in the game?
I think that you have to have an open mind to the changes of the way the music industry changes.
Okay.
Not saying that you can't like you don't have to do it, but if you know, some people like a purist, they don't want to change their ways of what they grew up and what they knew, and they don't want to adapt to the sounds of what kids are making today. That I have this argument all the time with the other OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like, like they're like, oh, how can you listen to that song? That song is garbage. It's trash. And I'm like, maybe it's just not made for you.
Yeah.
It's not made for the people that came from a certain type of generation. Music should be for everybody, right? But there's certain sounds and times. Like our parents probably didn't like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles because their kids liked it. Then then my parents might have been like, oh, we don't like what you're listening to because we like Barry Manilow, whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the generations before are not going to always adapt to what the generations, like the new generations want. Right. So I always was like, I don't care about that. Like, I like all types of music. I produce music. I have a whole bunch of artists I work with. Like, so I'm like, how can I be so narrow-minded and not open-minded about the sounds of music?
Right.
A good song is a good song. It doesn't really matter how the sounds are in. If it's a current sound, it's like, I want to know what that current sound is. And being a DJ and DJing for kids that are 20 to 30 years old, you have to be able to adjust. And there's a big difference between a crowd from 20 to 23, 24, and from 25 to 30. Think about it. When there's a song out right now, a kid that's 10 years old right now, and 10 years from now, he's not going to like that song. He's going to say, that's my older brother's song. That's a song my dad liked. It's a song my uncle liked. Like, that's not a song for them. They're going to have people of their generation. So as a DJ, you just have to try to absorb everything around you. And how you do that is by affiliating yourself with the culture of the youth, basically, And I was fortunate enough to be DJing in the club, and a bunch of guys come in, and I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Migos? Like, these kids are lit. I'm not even, I swear that's what I thought. Like, these guys are cool as hell. Like, they were like the Migos. I'm like, they came in, they stood in the first table, they're rapping every song. I'm playing out as a DJ. As soon as you get somebody that's going to start, vibing to what you're playing, every song and sing every word, that's your new best friend. Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure that they're not gonna stop, and then hopefully it's gonna carry on to the person next to them and the table next to them, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, who are these guys? These guys are cool. Yeah. We end up vibing. It's like, yo, what's your name? I meet them, and it turns out to be Caso, Hope, and at the time I think it was Al. So they come, and I'm like, yo, we're doing that. Boom, what do you guys do? We're artists. Boom. I was like, cool. Like exchange Instagrams. The next day, my birthday was coming up that week. They sent me some music. Hope sends me a song. I'm like, yo, I really like the song. The song's really dope. So we're at my birthday party, and everybody's chilling, and I play the song. And they're all there, and I played Hope's song. And he gets the microphone. I hand him the mic.
Okay.
I hand him the mic. And this is at Marquee, New York, which is one of the biggest clubs in the whole New York. Uh-huh. And I hand him the mic, just thinking he's going to just perform next to me. He uses my shoulders and lifts himself up onto the stage. And then goes to perform. Now, half of myself is like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? Or another was like, yeah, that's what's up. Because, like in nightclubs, they don't know the artist, they don't know the song. They're not trying to lose anything to fuck up the party. Part of my French. Mm-hmm. So they don't want to mess up the party. So then, boom. So what happens? They start seeing him go. And he's killing it. And he's up there dancing around. And everybody on the ground is starting to take their cameras out. I'm hyping it. Everyone's smiling. I see the owner. He's smiling. Coming to the booth like, who is this? And I'm like, yo, this is my artist. This is my man. Like, he's lit. Like, trust me. But not a lot of people could do that.
I was about to say, like, not much people have that confidence to do that. Right. And then the fact that he did it and took initiative. Mm-hmm. And, that's fire.
I had the confidence in him.
Right.
So we all had, it was a whole energy that was created that I knew and I felt from the day I met them. Yeah. So I said, damn, this guy's going to be somebody. He could be a star. Mm-hmm. So I said, wow, I like this song. And I knew it could go off in the club.
That's fire.
And that's how it worked. And it just happened to work out, and it was great. And we got so many good reviews and people liked it. And I only knew these guys 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
So it's not like these are my homies for like life and I'm here and I'm like, like, nah, this is just
like you see talent.
You see talent, exactly, and you just go ahead and you just like take a shot. I could risk my job. Like people don't realize that. Like you're risking your job. You're risking my I do to make money by risking to play your music that is unheard.
Right. Yo, I'm so excited to talk to everybody from Lavita Gold.
We out here, Lavita Gold.
Yo,
It's a movement.
We got Caso coming in real quick. Caso, pull up.
Caso, where you at, Caso?
Yes. What's up, Caso? Take a seat right here.
Get in there, Caso.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice.
Caso's the flyest guy in the block.
I'm like, we gotta talk about
That's
You got my hat on, though. I love this guy.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Lavita Gold is all fly. You
For real, I
me,
told
like,
you we got all the swag.
Nah, yeah. So, but I wanted to ask Caso because I was a little like, searching on your page. I was like, let me try to get to know Caso before he pop up to the building. But I want you to know the people know who Caso is, because your Instagram was so low key. Like 3 pics. I'm like, okay, is he a model? Is he like, what is going on? Let people know who Caso is.
There's a lot going on, but right now I'm keeping myself under wraps because all the focus is on the company. And Lavita Gold is a collective of artists, and right now we pushing hot records, fresh faces. So I want the attention to be on that rather than Caso. The Caso strategy is gonna come on like 2021.
Oh, okay. He said not 2020, but 2021, not 2020. Okay, 1 second. I just want to make sure your audio is good.
Nah, you don't need them.
You don't need them?
Nah.
We lit.
Perfect.
You on now?
Yeah.
Right. So you said 2021 is when Caso pop out, but 2020, Lavita Gold.
Yeah, so until 2021, we want to put out a short documentary, focus on film, screenplay.
Nice.
So that's what Caso is mainly about, storytelling. So I started out as a musician, making music, writing, always had a passion for it. But it's really like I've searched deep down inside like what really motivated me to do it and to get into it, and it's been storytelling, and I want to do it in the most impactful way. So I think film industry is like one of the biggest industries in the world, and I want to be able to tell the story where we come from in the screens.
Nice. Okay, cool. So I wanted to ask you guys, how did you guys get this name Lavita Gold? How did this come about?
It came from the life. So it's the life in Latin, and then gold is basically your word is gold, like that's all you have. Also, it's like the best alchemy, kind of shit in the world, South Africanism. But in reality, it just came from being solid. Like there's not a lot of loyalty in the game, and like living the life and like climb the what is it, the bucket in the Jay-Z said it in an interview. It was like the crabs in the bucket mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no loyalty, especially with like artistry, creativeness. Like everybody's just trying to step on each other. So I wanted to keep it solid, gold. And then my mentor started an app called Goldfinger, and it's a private concierge app. So he pretty much taught me the steps on how to structure the business to become a digital version of what we were doing from the shows. So it also paid homage to his mentorship into the business.
Nah, that's dope. That's really dope. It's funny because I was thinking like, this seemed like such a luxurious lifestyle when I watched Lavita Gold.
His shirt.
Yeah.
Look
Look
at how luxurious
As a
that
fact,
shirt
my
is.
shirt is Dior. Shit hasn't even came out.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
Excuse me.
fact.
Excuse me. Now this is a fire fit, yo. Like for real. Nah, but I really thought about that, and I wanted to know like how important is the fashion and the combination of like the luxurious lifestyle, the fashion, the music, everything into one. How important is it you are hitting each part of those assets?
It's super important. It's important mainly because you gotta feel good to talk good. Like like people are super conscious about everything that's happening. They could read through it. So you gotta put yourself in a position where you could be respected, and people respect things that they can't necessarily like afford at the moment, or they're working to aspire to get. So we wanna represent that. We wanna represent that story that, hey, look, I come from selling sandwiches in high school. Seeing my mom being the only person that in the family that could support us. Had 2 sisters. My dad died when I was 1. So it comes from struggle, and it's like a decent flex, being able that rags to riches story, kind of like continuing, on Sinatra's favorite artist, Biggie. It's like that's what we represent. That's our emblem. Like if you can't be fly on your own, if you can't make it out of where you come from, then like you can't be a part of Lavita Gold.
Gotcha.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah. So doing good through arts. Where does this like mission come from?
So that's a whole nother deep thing. So being fly is one aspect of it, but we want to be fly to spread that message, and the message is doing good through the art. So through our shows, we always found a way to like set up something where we're giving forward, and we set up from toy drives to like standing out in 20-degree weather to give out food to the homeless, or less fortunate people, from traveling to Colombia, doing film projects. Like for the past 6 years, all of us, everybody individually has been working on, doing something, but now Lavita Gold, with the concerts and the events, we're kind of putting all of our efforts together. So in the future, you're going to see some of the film stuff, us going to different countries to deliver, whether it's equipment, whether, some of the DJ classes that we're going to be planning to do. So just kind of like giving it forward, everything that how Sinatra opened the door for us, gave us, the credibility we felt like we needed in the industry, from just, being reputable. Other people around the world need that from us, so we kind of want to just continue to change, to do good.
Nice. So are you guys doing anything for this holidays? Like a toy drive or anything coming up?
Yeah, on Wednesday,
nice.
Some of us is going to be on 34th Street and 10th Avenue, between 7th and 8th, but we meet on 10th, and we give out food with PCNY in the streets, which is this organization. They've been doing it for the past 4 years, I believe. Every Wednesday they do it at 10 p.m. So our last show that we did, there was a little confusion on the date. So we were supposed to do it last Wednesday, but our show got moved, so we're doing it this Wednesday. So this Wednesday coming up, you're more than welcome to come. Anybody that follows us, So you don't gotta bring anything but yourself and your energy, your story. We provide the food, we provide everybody that's gonna be giving it out. So just be a part of the vibe and just spread that energy.
Oh yeah, definitely send me the information in too so I can promote it. So like
for sure,
the more the merrier.
For sure.
That's Christmas Day. Why not?
Yeah.
So I wanted to know how important it is to even just put new artists on a platform, because like you said, Sinatra helped y'all out, so you want to help out people, right? And I want the people to understand too, more so about what Lavita Gold is. Is this to plug in new artists, to get to help people have a platform to to showcase their music? Like, how is this? What is that part about?
Yeah, so we, I've like a little bit from, if you've been paying attention to the words, not you, but like people out there, you kind of been seeing the trajectory of entrepreneurship, and I've realized that being yourself, you can become a business. So, us at Lavita Gold, it started kind of being just a, front face, promoting the music, doing the shows. But now it's becoming more in depth, where we're like creating strategies for artists to go from like an idea or a song to actually be a business and actually gain income from it. So that's what we really want to be. It's a community, an agency, just a household name of people that can turn something from nothing to something.
Got you. Yeah, I love that. So I see you guys be going on some tours. You know, there was like a Europe tour.
Yeah.
There was one in the U.S. as well. Any other tours coming up? What's going on with that?
So we just finished one with Coily Ray.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got partnerships with different brands. So that's one of the things that has helped us like spread the word and be successful is expansion. So everybody out there, like artists, anybody that has a business, figure out who your alliances are, and make sure that you put yourself in the right places. But we got a partnership with Life and Friends, and we have this little East Coast rotation. Every month we pick an artist. We did Little Italy, Leaky Bands, Little Italy, before Coily Ray, then Coily Ray now. We're working in January to get Messia, who's a Latin artist, has 800,000 followers, signed at Atlantic Records. So we're working on that. We still haven't decided, but we're gonna be overseas again in January to a few other clubs that we did last year, and some big shows on the way that we're working on. But in terms of like why it's important to put these artists on is because in reality we need to be businessmen, and people need to find themselves. And for me, music was the beginning, but then I found that I had so much more passion for just making money in general and like providing value for people in general. So it helped me find a way, and we want to help other people find a way. So that's why it's important, because I think financial literacy and money, you know, in our communities is important, and music and streaming is crazy. It's a crazy boom.
Okay, so what about
That was so deep. I like that.
Not like good answer. Good answer. Like
That was good. Yeah, that was good. I like that one.
So what about Japan? Any tour in Japan coming up?
We working with the Asian market. You know, we got Sinatra holding on the fort. So you know, with these, like we just realized, you know, from our OGs, they let us know like, yo, don't move so much, move smart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, you know, when I first got into the business, I wanted to do every party. I wanted to be everywhere. I wanted to know everybody. But, you know, it's coming to a point now where it's like the less, you know, the less the better. And the bigger you strike, the bigger the impact. So we taking it easy. You know, I haven't been to Asia yet, so I first want to go out there. You know, Sinatra's a veteran, but I want to first go out there with Sinatra. We're gonna take the team out there. You know, hopefully for February, March. You know, we be making that move. Kind of just see how people, you know, receive our energy in person.
Oh yeah, super
you know,
important.
with it, check out, put the content out, and then take the artists out there, you know, and just run it through. But it's gonna take some time before we make that move out there and establish ourselves in the Asian market.
Oh yeah, yo, Caso. I'm loving this energy, yo. Like, you know, I love the answers, honestly. So we're gonna get into some music really quick. We got Hope and Danny in the building.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta talk to this artist, you know. So we're about to drop some of their heat first.
Let's get it.
Introduce them through the music.
Which one you playing?
And get them back. Right now we're about to play Bomba.
Ooh. That's the song we performed on my birthday.
Oh really?
Yeah, Marquis.
Oh, okay.
Boleta Bomba.
This is Bomba, y'all. Stay locked. It's Shaysayss. 2S is not one. We are back. It is Shaysayss. 2S is not one. Here on Party 101.9, home of the throwbacks and the iHeartradio platform. And like I said, we have Lavita Gold in the building. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Sinatra because honestly, this is a dope group. Like, I'm really feeling this family. You feel me? So we have Hope and Danny Mula in the building.
Bow. Let's get it.
How y'all doing?
How we doing tonight?
How y'all doing tonight?
We feeling good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being in the building, honestly. So we just played a couple of your dope songs. We'll definitely get into that. But before we start, I want y'all to introduce yourselves and let people know who you guys are.
Alright.
Who's trying to go first?
So I'm Danny from the Bronx. Danny Mula is my alter ego. I'm from East Africa originally, Eritrea.
Okay.
So I rep that heavy in my music, and I just turned 22. You know, I've been working on my project the past year, so definitely been developing that, going out to the club, getting my songs promoted with Sinatra, hoping the whole Lavita Gold family. So, you know, we just been getting it in.
Well, your birthday just passed?
It just passed December 9th, just in 22.
Wow, happy early birthday. Well, happy belated birthday. What am I saying early? That's dope. Okay. All right, so Hope, what about you?
So me originally, everybody knows me as Prince, but I had created Hope about 2 years ago. So it took me about 3.5 years to find my current name that I have right now because I was just thinking, how am I gonna have a name that I like that's gonna attract attention? Like, yo, who is this? So I had help from a few friends. And shout out to Nico and La, his girlfriend. She's the one that actually helped me with the name Hope. And we created it in the basement in the crib, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But I'm from Uptown, and
Uptown.
You know, Uptown Harlem. And what was the question again?
Just to introduce yourself. Like, let people know who you are.
So yeah, Uptown. We representing Uptown, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. So what does Hope mean to you though?
So
why did you choose that name?
When we was creating the name, we wanted it to mean something, like each letter. And it actually took about 2 weeks. We wanted it to have a powerful meaning. And one day she just hit me up, his girlfriend. She was like, yo, Hope, I found a perfect name for the letters. Hold on, pain ends. Wow. And I called it instantly, like, oh my God, this is like perfect. Yeah. And from there, that's when I took the name and it became a brand.
Got you. But why the change from Prince?
Because Prince, as we all know, is a legend. And I didn't want to have that same name, you know, because he already has a legacy as Prince. So I didn't want to, you know, I felt like it was corny. So I just went with a different name.
Okay, dope. So, Danny. Donnie. Sorry,
yeah.
Donnie. So, what is this alter ego thing? Why did you just have the alter ego?
So basically, Danny Mula, that's what everybody called me, Mula, since I was young. Always been getting money, always fly, you know. Sneakers, I was big in the sneaker game since I was like 12, 13, 14. So I was one of those people that met up, you know, with other people with trade, sell sneakers, so that's what everybody called me. So
That's dope.
in my music and on my hip hop side, Danny Mula is that's my alter ego. Danny is more like my melodic, you know, Afro type. Just I'm on another island, so many like synonyms to, you know, to like describe what kind of lane I'm in. But in my music, you hear that.
That's dope. So, being from South Africa.
East Africa.
Sorry. So how, like, why did you decide to come up to America?
Well, originally, so, you know, my parents are East African.
Okay.
Yeah. My parents are East African. I'm an immigrant. I was born in Belgium.
Wow.
But I only lived there, you know, for a few months.
Yeah.
So, you know, I go there every year. That's my thing. I go there every year. I'm with my family over there. I speak the language very well. And, you know, my culture, everything about me derives from where I'm from, you know, so that's why. What was the question?
I just wanted to know, like, I was going to ask you, how has your culture influenced your music?
Yeah, so also the sound of my music, it's from my culture, you know, the lingo, like the sound of my music, like sonically how it sounds, so it's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
Okay, so let's talk about this music really quick. Actually, first, before we even start, Hope, let's talk about this story that Sinatra has told us about how you guys met. Well, actually at his birthday, when you decided to jump on stage and, you know, take initiative with your song. We actually just played it as well, called Bamba, right?
Yeah, you guys check that out. Bamba's out in all streaming services.
Okay.
And everybody to dance.
So I want to hear your side of the story, because, you know, there's always another side to a story, you know?
Of course.
So what got into your head to, you know, like, just take initiative, grab that mic and do a full concert?
So I've been sitting on this song. Before I met Sinatra, I was sitting on the song for about a year and a half. And I knew that the song had full potential to be a great song on the radio. That's like my dream. Like, oh, I want to hear this song on the radio. Sounds like a radio song. So once we met Sinatra, I seen how he played his songs, and I was like, oh my God, he mixes every genre. He plays the pop, he plays the hip hop, he plays the R&B, he plays everything, the disco, and he mashes it into one. So when we met him at Lavo, it was at Tao. When we met him at Tao, me and Caso and Al had just came from a gig in Staten Island. And we all of a sudden was walking by Tao. I was like, yo, let's go to the Tao. We got a Tao. I was still upstairs, right? Because I don't know what I was doing upstairs. Al and Caso had went downstairs to set up the spot we was going to be at. When I got downstairs, all I see is Caso and Al jumping. And next to the booth jumping. I was like, oh, nah, it's lit. So we just turned up the club the whole night. And Sinatra just kept looking at us. Like, I just kept seeing his face next to us. Like, he just kept looking at us. And by the end of the night, we just exchanged numbers. Then, like, I think a week or like 3 days went by. I had hit him up like, yo, thank you for giving us such a vibe. I had a great time. Like, that shit was fire. Your mix was fire. And then I'm like, yo, I got this song. I had something on the track. And then he's like, yo, come meet me at Marquis. It's my birthday next week. And I was like, yo, that's dope. I had hit up Caso like, yo, Sinatra said he's having a birthday party at Marquis. Whatever. We had went. We met up front. I was super excited because I'm like, oh shit, like this shit's looking lit. And the story was that we was all in the booth. I didn't even know Sinatra was gonna play my track. We was just vibing, just like we was at Tao. Vibing, to the point he got to the pop, and he mashed it up, and he just put my shit, and all I heard was Caso say, oh shit, and I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe it that he played, because the club looked so big and lit. I was like, oh my God, like all these people's gonna get to listen to my track. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, and I just feel Sinatra go like this, boom, with the mic. I'm like, oh shit. I literally 5 seconds, I was like, yo, this is my chance to show these niggas that this song is popping. Boom, nigga, I grabbed him, I got up on the pole, and I just gave it my everything. And I was like, yeah, I need everybody in this building to feel hope, to feel the song Bamba. I need everybody to leave this fucking club and like, yo, what song was that Sinatra played last night? And that was the story. Mind you, I forgot a whole piece. He didn't even tell me that French Montana was gonna come out right after. Mind you, this is when No Stylist came out.
Yeah.
So I just did a whole opening for French Montana. He came out like 2 minutes later when I finished. I was just looking at Caso like, yo, mesmerized.
That was an amazing night.
Like, I'm tingling right now like that same night because I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, oh my God, what did Sinatra just do?
That's amazing.
And me and Caso left out of the club skipping. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We was so excited. Like, I was so excited. I couldn't but we was even looking at each other. Yo, did that shit just happen? Did that shit just happen?
Because,
wait, Caso, what you about to say?
Yeah, because a lot of people take things for granted, like that happen, like especially in the scene, or when you kind of get used to just like a lot of fly stuff and opportunities, you know, people take it for granted. I've seen a lot of artists. So, but like for us, you know, why we stay so humble is because we appreciate these moments that we manifested it, but we never asked for it. Like, in a way where like we never asked them to play the record, but the record was played, you know, and when we left it, I was just like looking at Hope like, yo, do you know what just happened? Like, it's crazy because you don't get to perform in front of 2,000 people, you know, in front of one of the biggest artists in the country, let alone one of the hottest singles.
That's so true. Right
when it came out. So big ups to, you know, Sinatra and Hope on that.
Nah, big fact. So shout out to Sinatra, yo. He gave me the hand of God that night. Like, shit. Like, I'm not gonna hold you right now. I'm like, I couldn't believe I did that.
Yeah, I see it in your face.
Cause I be thinking like a lot of artists, they wish they had moments like that.
Yeah.
And like a kid like me that comes from Harlem, that comes from the gutter, seeing people come up, and I'm just like, damn. Like, how do people do that? And him giving me the hand to do some shit like that. I was just mesmerized, you know.
Nah, that's amazing. That is fire, yo. That is fire. So, what is Bamba about?
So, Bamba was produced by Nico.
Okay.
It's my OG Nico from Jersey. And he has produced songs for like Bun B, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. He came up in the era when Wiz Khalifa was coming up, Taylor Gang and all of that. Okay. He also has credits in Netflix with Mac and Devin, the Wiz Khalifa movie with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Bunch of credits, a lot of artists. And the way I came across him was Instagram. So, yeah, we met on Instagram. He liked my aura, you know, and he had hit me up one day, like, yo, man, I like your style, man. Like, yo, what are you into? And I'm like, yo, man, I'm getting my sound. I'm working on music, but I'm just still working on my sound. I'm still trying to figure out what lane I'm going to really get attached to, because I didn't want to do hardcore boom bap, hip-hop, or trap. I wanted to do something new. And then we just kicked it. We had kicked it the day that we had linked up, and yeah, we became friends. And we did not make like, we hung out for like 3 months, and we did not make no music. Like, we wasn't even talking about music. We was like just getting to we just vibing, getting to know each other. He was like testing my loyalty, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess he had like problems, and he was just like testing me, because I guess he had worked with artists and they just left with his product and they didn't give him no credit. You know, that happens a lot in the game when they don't give producers credit, and they just, you know, they make millions with their songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't even make music for 3 months. And then there was one time that he was like, yo, let's go to the studio. We went to the studio. It was like 2 in the morning. Took me to the studio in Jersey. And he was just producing beats. And the whole time I'm like, yo, this nigga's making beats for himself. And I'm just mesmerized, because I'm like, yo, this production sounds amazing. Like, fuck. And he's like, yo, I'm about to make a beat for you. He's like, yo, what's your favorite song in the world? And I was like, at the time, I was like, yo, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is one of my most inspired artists that ever lived. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And he's like, what do you like about that song? I'm like, the pattern. Doom, doom, boom, boom. So, boom, he took that. He's like, I bet we're gonna take this pattern, boom, boom. And then he just started adding more effects, more effects. And if you hear Bamba closely and you hear Billie Jean, it's the same BPM.
Wow, okay.
And when he showed me the finished product at the end of the night, we didn't even go to sleep because we had he had hit up this engineer really early, like 6 in the morning. We was on a roll, like we did not sleep. Nigga came to the crib and he was smoking a lot of weed. We was smoking a lot of weed. And yeah, like they was playing the beat. Oh no, they wasn't playing the beat. When the guy came to the crib, me and him started cooking on another track, which is called 3 a.m. on Collins Ave that I have out. We was working on that track. And I remember I was writing and I was like super tired. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm writing this song. And the whole time, Nico was in the couch. He's like, yo, I'm finessing this even more for you. He's just looking at me like,
yo,
no. And I could hear it like so loud in the headphones that it's distracting me from writing. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, what is that? He's like, yo, here. When I heard it, I instantly like heard the song. The lyrics I said were in my head. And I'm like, yo, y'all niggas gotta switch up computers. Y'all got the song right now, Boom, they switched up computers like in 2 minutes. Boom, I plugged in. Moving to Bamba. I was you know what I was visualizing? I was visualizing an African woman that looks just like Rihanna.
Wow. I
had my eyes closed and I was just moving to Bamba. And Bamba got created. It was just like a one-take song.
Wow, that's dope.
It's a one-take song, which was the chorus, don't kill my vibe, it's lit tonight. And then the first verse was a freestyle, that was freestyled, and then I worked on the second verse. And we did that in one whole day. And that's how Bamba was born.
That's lit.
Was born.
So, like, do you consider yourself artist and singer, like a rapper and singer? Because sometimes I feel like your tone kind of had like a little singing to it.
So I don't categorize myself. I'm just an artist because I'm a Gemini and I
me too.
You see, as Geminis, we know that we have different emotion attachments. Like we switch up emotions really quick. So I can never attach myself to just one genre because I came from a house of music. My mom used to listen to Spanish ballads. My father used to listen to a lot of Bob Marley and reggae.
Yeah.
And I just got attached to a lot of different genres and they're just all in my heart. And I'm just releasing into new sound. So I'm still to this day building my sound because there's a universal sound. It's the sound of the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That is dope. Okay. So, Donnie, right?
Got it, yeah.
Oh, I got it. Okay. So let's talk about this song, "Ass on Me." Right. So what is this song about? Because obviously, like the title is already very catchy. So I need to know the story behind it.
So me and my boy Pacarillo, he's a fire producer. We were at one of my other friend spots in Brooklyn in Bed-Stuy, and we were just cooking up beats, multiple beats. You know, he started playing the dun 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 dun. I was like, yo, that shit sounds fire. So played the loop. Boom, he added drums to it. I was like, nah, this shit sounds fire. I gotta record this tonight. So we booked studio time later on that night, and I recorded it with my guy Sonny, fire engineer, one of the best engineers in the city.
Shout out to Sonny.
Shout out to Sonny, yo, for real. Did the session, boom, finished the song, and I showed it to a lot of people, DJs, feedback, whatever, and people were rocking with it. I released it, and it got a lot of placements on playlists. Wherever I traveled, it would get played in the club, spun. Sinatra's the first person, so shout out Sinatra too. And that's the story. That was a freestyle.
Oh,
that
really?
Song I was actually gonna call the "Ass on Me" freestyle. I was like, nah, let me not do that. Just ass on me.
So what is it about though? Like, whose ass is on you, or what's going on? Like, like I need to know this.
Yo, I'm a young, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a young guy, just turned 22.
You just,
all right.
You just have fun.
Got you.
Gotta do you.
That's dope. Okay, so Waste My Time. Let's talk about this a little bit. Very exclusive. But who's wasting your time? Because we going into 2020, so.
I mean, you had a lot of people waste your time in your life.
Right.
We all have in this room, so it's like we kind of just mashed that into a song, you know. And when me and Danny made the song, we recorded that in where? The brewery?
In Vigilante.
In Vigilante. Matt produced it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really recall the story. How we recorded that shit. Yeah, I don't even remember the story, but
Donnie, you remember the story?
I don't remember the story.
What's that?
I remember the story. So basically, a lot of people have wasted our time, and this is talking about specifically, you know, girls, you know, have wasted our time.
Actually.
So the song is called "Waste My Time." It's emphasized in the song too, and it's in the future how no one's gonna waste our time. Time is precious. Time is the only variable that's against us. So, you know, we made that song in the studio in 2 days. And,
That's dope.
you know, we got it, you know, spun a few times, you know, just to test it in the club to see how people would react to it. And a lot of people were like, yo, I tried Shazamming it, but it never, you know, and the song hasn't released yet. So,
Right.
you know, only good feedback and good reviews. So, you know, we're definitely excited to drop it 2020. Shout out Sinatra.
Yeah.
Shout out Matt MLB. Shout out Hope.
I'm back. I remember the story exactly. I just had to, you know, I had to put the cassette in and like. So the story of the song was when Danny had moved into his new apartment, and we was in his room. We had the beat that Matt had sent us. We was replaying it the whole time for hours, and one of my man's girlfriend was annoying the shit out of me, cause she's like, "Oh my God, why are you guys like this shit is annoying?" And I'm looking at her like, "Yo, nobody's here to be here. Like we're working on a record. Like shit, I'm trying to get millions of dollars. Like." And whatever. She was annoying the shit out of me. We went to the studio right after. Danny had started the song, I remember. He started with the chorus. And my verse, I had started it in the apartment, and then I finished it once we got to the studio. But it was like a one-take thing. Like we both did like a one-take thing. Like we was already in the vibe.
Yo, y'all these one takes. Like that's talent right there.
We do the one takes, cause it's like when we record, it's a feeling. It's like we feel it. Like I don't know, when I record, I feel it and hear it like it's already in the radio. Like Sinatra's already playing it. Like millions of people already know this song. Like it's a feeling. So yeah, it was a one take, boom, boom, boom. And then when we finished it, we kind of like, we laid out our parts and we kind of like left it alone because we was working on other songs. And then like a few months later, that's when Sinatra, we was already fucking with Sinatra. He was like, yo man, I got this song in my laptop. What the fuck is y'all doing with this song? And at the moment that was Danny's song, like, you know, that was Danny's beat. So, you know, we was having conversations like, so yo, what are we really doing with this song? Like, how we really, like, we started strategizing on how we really gonna drop this song. And again, shout out to Sinatra, she kind of opened our eyes a little more to the song, because it was gonna be part of just Danny's project, his album for 2020. And having a conversation with Sinatra, him opening our ears, is like, yo, let's drop this song, let's get it mastered, let's promote it better, let's just drop it all together. And that's how Waste My Time came together.
Okay, so we definitely gotta play it again so everybody can listen to it.
Facts.
But I wanna ask you guys,
Exclusive.
Yes, exclusive. Shaysayss right here.
Shaysayss is the first one to have the record.
Listen, let everybody know.
First one.
Thank you. So, I want to know though, what's coming up in 2020? You just mentioned Donnie has an album coming out.
Village Kid. I've been working the whole year. You know, I traveled to Eritrea twice. Went to Argentina to work with a few producers out there. You know, get the sound right. So I've been working on it for 8 months actually. But you know, it's coming January 2020.
Actually, January. Okay, so we gotta have y'all back. We gotta talk about these albums coming out. What about you, Ho?
So I'm working on a studio album and it's gonna take some time. So I'm just really taking my time with the sound and the writing process, because I'm a perfectionist. If I don't like how it sounds, it's just not gonna go out. I'm not gonna promote it, you know. So I'm just really taking my time with the songs. I want to do at least like a 10 to 15 song project.
So let everybody know what's the difference though between just dropping like an album and a studio album.
So Mixtapes, like, I feel like studio album is a whole project, is a whole body of work that starts away and finishes a different type of way. And mixtapes is just different songs. It's not even fully mixed, you know?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stay on the studio album side. Full project, fully mixed.
Got you. All right. Well, I'm super excited to see what you guys have in store. Lavita Gold, you know, what's coming up 2020, what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like I'm so excited for what's in store for you guys. And like I said, when everything drops, have y'all back here. Shaysayss, another exclusive, right? Right?
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
First one.
Thank you. Now, let everybody know where to follow you guys. Definitely.
You can follow me on @SheHopeless on all platforms. You could type in streaming services. You could type Hope, Bomba, 3am on Collins. Tell me why. They will all come out.
Yeah, my Instagram is @DannyMula. Spotify, Tidal, Napster, everything @DannyMula. No spaces, no nothing. It's just one word.
All right, and then I believe it's Lavita_Gold, right?
Lavita_Gold.
Make sure y'all follow that as well. And get in tune. Get in tune with the culture. Get in tune with the community. You know, Wednesday we got the event happening. I'll definitely be posting that as well, promoting that. And thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out to Sinatra.
Shout out to Sinatra.
Shout out to Caso. Shout out to everyone here. This was a great interview. I really love this. Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, babe.
And we about to get out. Shaysayss 2S is not one here on Party 101.9, home of the throwbacks and the iHeartradio platform. And we about to just play
Waste My Time.
Waste my time right now.
Waste my time. Waste my time.
Exclusive.
Exclusive, yes.
Yeah,
exclusive.
DJ Sinatra.
Danny. Donnie.
Exclusive. You say Danny, I say Donnie.
Worldwide
You
exclusive.
say tomato, I say tomato.
Potato.
Keep in check, y'all.